babies are. Seriously. Yeah, straight into it. I'm here with Louis, in his crib, in his, my crib of dreams, absolutely. The crib that changed the hobby for me. Because it was a place I could just put a baby in and have it look beautiful. Because obviously it's all about aesthetics with this hobby, isn't it? And just a sleeping baby in what I consider to be the prettiest crib ever. It just filled me with so much joy and changed the way I felt about the hobby, and what I wanted with the hobby. Anyway, I'm here with Louis. Louis is, of course, the Luciano by Cassie Brace, the silicone version. And he's lying in his crib on a lovely mattress. I love this mattress. And inside I don't know, is it a sleeping bag? I don't know what it is. But it's one of those things you use in prams and whatnot. Yeah, it's just cosy. It's, it's like very much duvet fabric inside. And he's just in a vest. Again, I have a thing with just vests and these babies, it would seem. And it occurred to me why. And that is, if I had a newborn, and I had a newborn in this room in particular, then they would just be in a vest. It's very warm in here. This room itself is right above my kitchen, which is another really warm room. I have a radiator on, it's quite a small compact room, and it's cosy, so our baby would not be fully dressed anyway in this room. They would be swaddled, they would be, comfy and cosy, but by the same token, they would be free and in a vest, which is what little Louis is in. Incidentally, I have Sunil as well, in the Charlie Crane underneath this. I store the Charlie Crane underneath this crib because it fits, and you can still see it and it looks lovely. It's a little bit like a double-decker babies. And Sunil is just in a vest as well. So, vests aside, I've swung on because I've been a little bit absent over the past few days, because as you know, I tend to upload very often because I love to upload, I love to talk with everybody. But I've been absent because I've been busying myself with my Blythes and with my VJDs. And especially my Blythes, because I wanted to choose the one I was taking with me on a little break that's upcoming. And I finally made my decision and all that sort of thing today. And while I was in this room, I looked over at Louis and I just thought, wow, you look so fucking real, And it also then made me think of the reactions from people, Joe Public, about the Reborns, which really gets me down. I really don't understand why a reborn baby, piece of art, if you will, although I don't see them in terms of art, I see them in terms of something flipping cute and gorgeous. Why the Joe Public reaction is, oh, it's a shame that you need one of them. When in the same breath, I can take a Blythe anywhere, and I'll only, if I get a reaction, I'll only get interest and nothing like, oh, it's a shame. Do you know what I mean? Not at all. It's like, it's acceptable to take a Blythe out and take photographs of it wherever I go, which is what I do. And I can't even say in the main I get positive reactions, because I get no negative reactions. I get no stares, If somebody talks to me and says, oh, that's cute, then I'll tell them, I'll talk to them, I'll engage. But if I was to take Louis out in a pram, it'd be a shame, wouldn't it? And it really gets to me. It gets me down because that's not the point to reborn babies. The point is whatever you have them for, of course it is. But if you're not having them as a comfort, which I know some people do, though to me, why you give thousands and thousands of pounds worth of art to somebody in a care home, I don't know. You must really value that person, you know? Because that isn't what these are for. It's not what they're for. And it irritates me. Um, like I say, if you have them because you find comfort in them, that's fine. But they're still pieces of artwork, if you like. Although, as I've just said, I don't see them as art. I just see them as flipping realistic and flipping cute, you know? But there is definitely a difference in reactions if you were to take a reborn out in a pram or I pull a Blythe out of my bag, which I regularly do. Hence, choosing a Blythe to take with me on my trip. Because I want a Blythe to go with me so that I can take lots of pictures and, you know, enjoy my time away even more. Because I do enjoy my time away when I take a Blythe with me. Because it's fun to take photos of them in different places, because that was originally the point of Blythe to me. It was photography, and you know, photography in different situations. Anyway, aside from that, because I needed to get that off my chest, it's just the differences. It's just I just can't explain it, and it drives me mad. Absolutely drives me mad. It's like on TikTok. You get these people on TikTok with their routines and their lives and all that, and I just think, wow, you know, oh God, I have to block those people so they're not shown as a suggestion. Because on TikTok, I will actually follow the reborn people that are collectors, that show, you know, their cribs, you know, a pretty pram. They'll show the pretty clothes that they've just bought, and all that sort of thing. I'll follow those and fully support them. But those others, no, I'm not following somebody that does the hobby I'm in a disservice. It's as simple as that. And in that vein, speaking of, you know, the reborns in general, what did happen to my TEMU girl? My fakey McFake face. What happened to her? Well, she's gone. She's gone to a loving home. And she was shown at Golden Time on Friday, which I think was lovely. She took it to Golden Time on Friday, and she says she's likely to take it to every Golden Time because it got lots of reactions and people loved it. And one of the teachers actually asked me, where on earth is this from? My daughter could do with one of these, sort of thing. So I showed them that you know, you get them from TEMU, but in actual fact the originals are this. And then I showed them the originals and pointed out that these are like knockoff versions of the original, and therefore they're knockoff versions, and their value is with their owner rather than in general, because in general a knockoff is valueless. If you're a collector, it's valueless, and that's just a fact. And the reason Little Bloom went to a new home was it just didn't sit right with me, folks. It just didn't sit right with me. It didn't sit right with me, not because I think fakes are terrible, but because, I mean, just let me make this clear. Not that I think that fakes are terrible, because I don't. I think they serve a purpose. I think that, you know, a doll is a doll is a doll. And that is what a fake is. It's a doll. It's not a collectible. Owning the original, you know, the original from the original artist, really is the way I'd sooner be. You know, I only collect truly collect legitimate items. And it just didn't sit right with me, the fact that it wasn't collectible. And it's not collectible. It's valueless. The value with the fakes is with the owner, like I said. If the owner is loving it and getting loads out of it, then that is absolutely fine. That's priceless. Like I say, I think they serve their purpose. But for a collector, there ain't no use having them. If you're a collector, you know, you want the certification behind them. And it's the same in the resin BJD world. Anybody that had the recasts invariably switched out and went to legit. There's so many people and so many recasts on the second-hand market because their owners went legit and only collected legit. Now, as for me with the recasts, if anybody's interested, I do have some recast bodies floating around. The recast bodies are fantastic for those floating heads. Oh my God, especially if you get a perfect match. So I have about 3 recast bodies, but as for actual recast dolls, a complete item, I have none. I had quite a few in the past, mainly because I'm bloody minded and I will not be told what to do. But ultimately, it doesn't sit right with me. So little fakey McFakeface left and went to Golden Time on a Friday, which is all very lovely. Anyway, that's it. That's all I have for you today. It's just a lot of thought processes have been bubbling away in my head as I've been fixing up a couple of my blythes and giving one of my BJDs a brand new face up. You know, as my attention's been pulled away from the Reborns, and I'm only glancing at them from my workstation, if you will. And all I'm thinking is, my God, they look real. Oh, he looks so real, because he does. And maybe that's why people get angry outside. You know, you push one in a pram as a grown woman, as a middle-aged woman, if you will. And not only does that look stupid, and you feel stupid, some of us do, but also the public is duped. You've duped them. And there's got to be, the takeaway from that has to be, you've duped, and therefore they're angry. You know, but that's because they're so real, right? So that's a positive on the back end of a very big negative, right? Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'll catch you in another video very soon, I hope. I do have another one of these sleep bags coming in. I got it from Vinted. This one's actually got the holes in the back, I think, where you put the straps in on a child seat. But that's okay, I'll cover that up because it's really pretty. It's coming down from Scotland, so they've had an awful lot of bad weather up there. I mean, we all have had across the UK, but particularly bad up in Scotland. So I'm not expecting it to show up in the next few days, but when it does show up, it will be for Sunil, and I will of course show it to you. Anyway, I'll catch you in another video soon. Bye.